Hey my beautiful Aquarius peeps, what's going on everybody? It's Am from CancerMoonsTarot and I'm coming at you guys with your June 2022 tarot reading. How are you guys? I hope you guys are well. Without a further ado, let's go ahead and jump on into this and see what we got going on. We're going to start out here with the past energy, or the recent past per se, and see what we got there, and then we'll move on into the rest of the reading for you. Alright, so what do we got coming up here in the recent past regarding the zodiac sign of Aquarius? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. What do we have here for Aquarius? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus regarding their recent past. Taking a look here at the first card for you is going to be the Page of Pentacles. Not too shabby. Moving on to the second card here, we do have here the Nine of Swords. And then lastly for you, Aquarius, is going to be the Nine of Cups. So, taking a look here into the recent past for you guys, let's go ahead and have a look. We have the Page of Pentacles, the Nine of Swords, and then the Nine of Cups. It kind of feels to me like you were in a position where you were trying to boost your energy. Page of Pentacles here says you were trying to do something that will help you get out of a rut over here. You know, Nine of Swords could be the energy of a temporary depression. It could be the energy of feeling like you're in a slump. So you try to do what you could to make yourself feel better. You know, Nine of Cups is that card of self-fulfillment, that card of happiness. So you were really working on your mental health here is what it's showing me in regards to your recent past. Let's go ahead and have a look here at the current energies for you though. What do we have for the current energies for Aquarius in June 2022? Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. What current energies do we have popping up for them throughout June 2022? Having a look at the first card, Ace of Pentacles. Ooh, some sort of opportunity here. Probably an opportunity to help improve your mental health. Moving at the next card, we do got here the Ace of Wands. And then lastly for you is going to be the Hangman card. Yeah, I feel like set and setting is something that definitely is going to be super beneficial to you guys coming into June 2022. We have here the Ace of Pentacles, the Ace of Wands, and the Hangman card. Hangman card can go either way. It could be the card of feeling stuck, it could be the card of feeling incredibly stagnant, or it could be the card of having a massive like realization or moment of enlightenment, right? So coming into June here, Ace of Wands, Ace of Pentacles, it looks to me like you're going to get some sort of opportunity to help you get out a little bit more. Let's say right now, whatever set and setting you were involved in is what was keeping you unhappy. Maybe you were unhappy living with your parents. Maybe you were unhappy living with your partner. You could have been unhappy with your relationship. You could have been unhappy with your job. You could have been unhappy where you lived. The point here is that it feels to me of like what it is you were surrounded by had a great influence on how you were feeling mentally. And coming into June here, it's like I have an opportunity right now to move. Ace of Wands, I have an opportunity right now to change my environment, right? So whether your environment's about your physical location, who you're living with, who you're surrounding yourself with, once you change your set and setting over here, then no longer are you going to feel stuck, no longer are you going to feel stagnant. You can start to improve your mental health. You can start to improve your overall energy. So Aquarius, that's kind of like the biggest thing that it's showing me here for you guys moving into the month of June. One of the main reasons of why you feel pretty off balanced or why you're not feeling your best mentally is probably because of a certain environment that you are surrounded with. It could be a specific person who's bringing you down. It could be a relationship that's bringing you down, your family, who you live with, where you work. And if we change that one thing, that can have a major impact. You can go from the Nine of Swords, all the way to the Nine of Cups. You can go from feeling very low energy, very unhappy, to feeling incredibly fulfilled just by making that one switch, okay? So let's go ahead and have a look here and see what the challenge is, all right? What's going to be the challenge for Aquarius throughout June 2022, please? Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. What is going to be the challenge here for my Aquarian peeps? First card out, we have here the High Priestess. Moving on to the next card for you is going to be the Knight of Cups. And then lastly for you guys will be the Chariot. The challenge is like actually moving yourself out of this environment is what I'm feeling for you. I think that that's the most difficult part. Whatever this environment is to you, the difficulty is being able to get away from it. I can totally understand too, like if your environment is where you live, the world is getting only more and more expensive, right? So it could be really difficult to move out of your area. You might be very unhappy with where you live, whether that be your city, whether that be your house or your apartment. And maybe it's like, man, I would totally love to live somewhere else, but right now that's something maybe I can't afford. That could be a major stressor or a major struggle at the moment that maybe some of you guys are facing. I mean, same thing kind of applies too with family, right? It's really tough when you have some instances with your family, especially when they're a cause that is draining you. You know, sometimes our family, no matter how much we love them, they can be incredibly draining to be around. They can be incredibly draining to just talk to and to just see. So I do feel for a few of you guys, especially if you're dealing with family matters, it's like, it's not that easy to just walk away from my family, especially when, you know, they're my family, right? I'm always going to have them. I'm always going to see them. So you're dealing with a situation where you feel that the challenge is it's very difficult to escape the environment that's causing you not to feel so well at the moment, okay? Especially for those of you too that are dealing with certain jobs. It's like, I can't walk away from this job right now when that's my source of revenue, when that's what's making me the coins. If I walk away from this job, I'm going to have to wait till I get another job, and God knows when that is going to become available to me. So your main stressor right now is something that you feel like you genuinely can't walk away from because there's something there that's keeping you attached to it and or invested into it, okay? All right, let's go ahead and have a look here and see where things are going to be going for you throughout the June period. All right, where are things going to be going here for Aquarius? Or sorry, let's see what Aquarius will be dealing with first throughout the June period. What are my Aquarians going to be dealing with here? Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus throughout June 2022. Let's go ahead and have a look. First card out, we got a Queen of Pentacles. Gonna definitely try to invest yourself in a lot of self-care is what I'm feeling for you. Queen of Pentacles is taking care of yourself. It's doing good things. It's trying to do things that are more positive to get you in a better mood. You know, Queen of Pentacles is like, you're trying to take care of yourself. It's not that you're not. It's not that you're trying to keep yourself involved in like a temporary depression or in a weird vibe or in a slump. It's like you're trying to pull yourself out of it, but you know, it's difficult for sure. We got here the Moon card. Yeah, Moon card is a very emotional card. You have a lot going on right now emotionally that's affecting you and impacting you. And then lastly, we have here the Hermit. So you feel like you're kind of alone throughout this whole process as well, Aquarius. It's like, I don't really feel like people understand what it is that I'm going through. So I feel like I'm experiencing this whole energy on my own right now. So with the Queen of Pentacles, the Moon card, and the Hermit, you know, based upon what it is you're dealing with, is you're dealing with trying to be happy, you're dealing with trying to be positive while still struggling. And right now it feels like the struggle is outweighing the positive things that you're trying to bring into your life. So that causes a lot of emotions here. You know, you feel very emotional moving throughout June, and you feel like you're alone in this process with the Hermit card. It's like, I don't think other people understand what I'm going through. I don't think that, you know, other individuals would get how I'm feeling. So you feel like you're alone in this process. And I assure you that you're not. For sure. Because what it is you're going through, I think a lot of people go through. I think a lot of people feel trapped in environments that they really want to get away from, but they know that they need to stay involved in it for some reason. I think you're going to come to a point, though, Aquarius, where you recognize that even if this environment you're a part of has a certain positive thing about it, even if this environment you're a part of has something that you need, at some point, when is enough enough? At some point, when are you going to say, I have to find an alternative? I have to find a way to counter this environment. You know, let's say right now your environment's your job and you really dislike it. It really makes you unhappy. And let's say the job you have right now is the job that's paying all the bills. You know, what's stopping you right now from looking at other jobs while still working at this one that you dislike? You know, you're not going to be happy still working the job you hate, but what's stopping you from going out and applying to different jobs? What's stopping you from starting that business you've always wanted to start while working at the crappy job you hate? Because you know what? At least you have something to look forward to when you come home. You might have had a shitty day at work, but leave work at work and come on home and start doing your passion. You know, maybe you work at Whole Foods right now and you fucking hate it, but when you come home, you love designing art and making art and creating all these amazing and beautiful designs. You know, get excited and look forward to that when you come home, because that's not only just something that's going to be awesome for setting yourself up in reference to get a better career, but it's going to be awesome to boost your mood and boost your mentality. So leave work at work, come home, work on your passion, and you're going to be feeling so much better, right? So there are little things like that that you could do. I mean, in reference to your family too, let's say your family recently has been a big drain on you, it's been a big stressor. You know, there's nothing wrong with taking some space out from seeing your family. Maybe you say, hey, listen, I got a couple of things to work on. Take a bit of a break from your family. Hang out with your friends more. Hang out with your significant other more. Maybe be by yourself a little bit more and do things that you want to do. Because the more space that you put there, the more time you have to rejuvenate from the drainness and the draining energies you've been experiencing while being around your family. If this is your romantic relationship, you know, at some point you have to come to that realization of like, if this relationship isn't making me happy, how much longer am I going to be willing to be invested in a relationship that doesn't make me happy, right? what is the reasons that I'm staying? Am I staying because a part of me still loves this person? Okay, if a part of you still loves this person, but they're not making you happy, is that enough? You have to be willing to question yourself here moving into June 2022 of when is enough going to be enough and when do I have to find an alternative? Because there's always an alternative to every situation, no matter how difficult it is, to remove yourself from the environment that's impacting you. Trust me, I get that removing yourself from this environment is incredibly hard and it sucks, it's messy, it's not easy, but you are able to do so, right? You are able to find a loophole here. So I would definitely try to activate that. I feel like that's going to be the best thing that could help you out here moving into June. Let's go ahead and see where things are going. Where are things going to be going here for Aquarius? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Throughout June 2022, where are things going to be going here for Aqua? Taking a look here at the first card, we have here the Knight of Swords. Yeah, Knight of Swords. Definitely taking some fast action here. You got to do something about this situation. We do have here the Death card, which is the card of change and transformation. And then moving on to the last card for you is going to be the Two of Wands. So you're going to start feeling that energy of like, almost like the walls are starting to close in on you, Aquarius. It's like I have to make some sort of decision here quickly because I can't continue to live like this anymore. Like I want to be happy. I'm tired of feeling this way. So based upon where things are going, Knight of Swords to the Death card, you get that feeling of like something has to change. I have to have this situation change. But you still feel at the end of all this with the Two of Wands that you're stuck between a rock and a hard place. It's like I really do want this change, but it feels impossible for it to be made. It feels impossible for me to find what will actually fulfill me with the Nine of Wands when I'm constantly involved in an environment right now that doesn't serve me. So I think you're in a position, Aquarius, where it's like you've just been so drained to the point where it's been very difficult to see a better alternative. You've just been so drained that it's very difficult to look towards a more positive situation happening in your life because you genuinely feel stuck and you feel trapped. The truth is that you can make a decision right now to break away from this environment. It's just not easy to make because you have a lot invested in whatever environment that is, you know? For those of you dealing with family situations, right? It's like, I'm sure you love your family, but maybe they're just too much to be around sometimes, and it just really fucks with your vibe and it drains you. You know, take a break. I know it's not easy to do that. I know your family might think like, hey, what the fuck? Like, why haven't you called? Why haven't you texted? Sorry, I gotta do me for a little bit. Like, it's okay for you to do that. You know, if your job is just draining the piss out of you, it's totally okay to look for other jobs or to at least do some sort of business or side hustle that you can look forward to when you come home to make yourself feel better. And who knows, maybe that business or side hustle will pop off and become your main job, right? You know, if your relationship, if you've had a lot of years invested in that partner, if you've had a lot of love invested in that partner, but for the past couple months, they've just been making you incredibly unhappy and you've been fighting nonstop and you just don't know how to make it better, maybe it is time to walk away because unfortunately sometimes you can be compatible with a person for X amount of years and then suddenly you're just not compatible with them anymore, you know? And if you feel like you've tried everything and you've reached your limit, maybe it is time to take some space and see how you'd feel without that person, you know? Take a break, date other people, let them date other people, you know? And see how you feel about that, right? So there definitely has to be a change being made here coming into June 2022 in order for you to feel like you have your sanity back. You know, let's go ahead and have a look here at the overall outcome. What is going to be the overall outcome here for Team Aquarius? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus throughout June 2022. What is going to be the overall outcome here? And what do we have? We have here the Page of Wands. Yeah, Page of Wands is that card of like finding something, literally anything, that you're interested in and that can breathe life into you again, Aquarius. Moving on to the next card we have here the Seven of Swords. The issue is, though, is that it's going to be incredibly hard to find something to breathe life into you again when you have a situation that's sucking the life out of you. This Nine of Swords is the whole focal point of this entire reading, right? It's very difficult to find something that's going to breathe life back into you when you're constantly dealing with something that's sucking the life out of you. So this is going to be that situation where you have to be willing to exclude yourself and remove yourself from whatever this environment is that's killing your vibe in order for you to rejuvenate, in order for you to feel better, and most importantly, in order for you guys to pursue what it is that you want here with the Nine of Cups, in order for you to be living a happy life. And I know it's not easy, Aquarius. I know it's like one of the most difficult decisions that you may have to make, but you're always going to be feeling this way until you make the decision to walk away from what is bothering you and what is tearing you down in this current moment, okay? So Aqua, I know it's tough. I know it's tough. I've had tough decisions like this in my life before too, especially when, you know, dealing with romance and relationships and stuff. I knew that I needed to walk away, and I knew that it wasn't going to be easy throwing away something I had so much invested into, but I also knew it wasn't making me happy. And I was like, I got to take a step back right now and see how I feel without this person. And once I did that, I was like, okay, actually, I'm onto something here. Being without this person makes sense for me. I think that I don't really have those same feelings for them that I originally did. And it's important for me right now to kind of focus on myself because I'm not caught up in fighting with them or being drained. It's like it feels good. I feel free, you know? Another thing that I went through was a job. I was at a job that was like draining the absolute life out of me. And then what I decided to do is I decided to start tarot, you know? I worked my job that I hated, and I came home from work and I dumped all my energy into my passion. And then my passion became my reality, became my dream job, right? So I think it's incredibly important here that your set and setting is really what's going to define you guys in how you're feeling moving forward. And the set and setting you're currently involved in is what I really feel is negatively impacting you to this degree. And if you make the change, you're definitely going to see an improvement in how you feel and how things are going in your life. But if you continue to stay involved in this set and setting that is definitely not benefiting you, it doesn't matter what new thing comes your way. It doesn't matter what new investment you make. You're always going to have this environment weighing you down. So, Aquarius, it's kind of like time here to spread your wings, you know, to get kicked out the bird's nest and fly. It's that energy of saying, hey, as tough as it is to walk away, maybe it's time for me to do it just to see how I feel. Give it a trial run, you know? For those of you that are like, I feel like I can't find another job, just keep applying to other jobs. You know, start your business if you want a business, right? See how that goes. I'm not saying that you have to walk away and quit your job on the fly, but just try to see what else is out there. For those of you in your relationship, take a day off from seeing your partner if they've been draining the crap out of you. See how you feel. Do you feel better not seeing your partner all day? Did you feel good? Is that something you needed? Do you need more of that? Do you need that to be permanent? Figure that shit out. For those of you that are dealing with family problems, if your family's just up your butt 24/7 and you need a fucking break from them, go hang out with your homies. You know, ignore your family for like a week. Sorry, I've been really busy. I've been caught up with work, right? See how you feel after that. Ultimately, the more distance you put right now, I think the better you're going to feel, and that'll help you uncover what it is that you need to do next, okay? All right, Aquarius, I love you guys. I hope you guys get better. I hope you guys feel better. And most importantly, I hope you guys take action here because I really do think your set and setting here, if you change it up for what works for you, you're going to see a beautiful, beautiful difference, okay? All right, Aquarius, thank you for tuning in. I really appreciate it. I love all of you. Thank you guys so much for coming out. Of course, if this was your message, please let me know down in the comments down below. Hopefully it was a positive message that was more than able to help. If it did not resonate with you guys, no worries. Feel free to check out future content that I upload or any other awesome tarot readers on YouTube. That is totally cool as well. And if you are new here, do consider subscribing. I would appreciate that, okay? All right, Aquarius, I love you. Have a great rest of your June. I hope this all works out for you, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Much love, and have yourselves a good one. Peace.